Okay, hello.
And welcome.
I'm Martin,
I'm Shar.
and we're very professional.
Yes,
Actually, we are very professional, just not at streaming.
and not really at our playing of our card games, but we're going to show people how to do that anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're playing a little game called Strohmandeln, which is, maybe you can pronounce it better, Mar.
Strohmandeln.
Thank you.
You can also, the Meidlinger L, the L in a certain district in Vienna gives it the extra Strohmandeln. Yeah,
I can't do that.
don't try it at home.
So we are going to be showing you how to play this game, which is from the Austrian. It's a court game, right, Mar?
I don't know if it's a court game. I think it's a coffee house game in Austria, which is a slightly aristocratic thing, maybe.
Okay.
But it's like tarock games, as these are called, because
Yeah.
of the tarock cards that they're played with, are from the 15th century, and they're like all over the place. There are hundreds of them, especially in the former Habsburg monarchy, but also in Italy, in France, in the Netherlands, in Germany. They all have their own versions and variants.
Yeah.
The variant we're playing is for 2 players, which is special because usually they're for 4 players. Some of them are for 3 players, but very few are for 2 players. And it's actually quite clever how they made it so that it can work as a 2-player game.
Yes. So it played with a tarock deck, which if you play a lot of card games with a kind of a regular playing cards, you might not know what the tarock deck actually looks like. So let's bring it up a little bit closer. It includes 21 tarock cards, which is essentially the exact same as the tarot cards. So if you're familiar with tarot cards at all, these will be exactly familiar to you. There's 21 of them, and also the extra Fool card, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a second. Then we have the 4 suits that you'd be very familiar with, which are hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades. And in each of those, there will be a king, a queen, I call them a knight and a page, but Mar, you call them the ober and the unter, right?
Yeah, I call them over and under, but that's actually a different deck where that comes from, because we have the German cards, actually, the double German actually. Doesn't get more German than that, Doppeldeutsche Spielkarten. They actually have an Unter, an Over, and a King. And that's what you play Schnapsen and a lot of countryside card games with. Whereas the French set is classically Unter, Queen, and King.
Yeah.
And this one has both. And he's
Everybody.
called a Cavall, actually. The
Cavall. Yeah, a
A horsey,
chevalier.
horseman,
Horse lad. Knight.
horse lad. Yeah.
So for each of the 4 suits, we have king, queen, knight, page, however you want to call them. And then the interesting thing is that for the spades and the clubs, there's an additional 4 cards, and those are 6, 7, 8, and 9. And for the red suits, so hearts and diamonds, we have ace, 2, 3, and 4. Do you know why they did that, Mar?
I think they wanted to save cards because you can actually then play it with 2 colors.
Yeah.
I think that's the...
That's true.
That might be the origin.
You wouldn't need to
Yeah.
have 2 different colours at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to tell you, before we get into the actual game, just a little bit about the special cards. So when we're playing this game, it's a trick-taking game, and we're trying to get as many points as possible. And all of the normal cards, and by normal we mean normal tarock cards and regular 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, they're all worth 1 point each. And at the end of the game, the way we're going to score is we take 3 cards at a time and we add them up and take away 2. So these are just 1, 2, 3, take away 2. This trick is worth 1 point. However, some cards are worth more points. For example,
Actually, all of these
All of these.
are the most valuable.
Yes, but we'll just talk quickly about the
Yeah.
court cards first. So in the court cards, the king is worth 5 points, the queen is 4, the knight is 3, and the page is 2. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Quite easy to remember that. And then, as Mar was saying, he also can live up here on this level because this is called the trull. And these are very special cards that are each worth 5 points. And they're worth an extra 1 point at the end of the game, a special point, if you're able to get all 3 of them in your hand. So
If you actually bring them home.
if you bring them home, that's what we call bringing it home. So this is the Fool, this is the 21, and this is the 1. The Magician, the Magus. And the special thing about him is you can see he's only 1 level. It's really hard to bring him home because anyone can take him with any of the tarock cards that are of a higher number. So the only way you can bring him home, pretty much, is if you've run out of a suit and the other player plays that suit, and then you're able to take it with him as the trump. So it's very stressful to have him in your hand.
On the other hand, he can beat everything. The special thing about the Skus, who is not a joker at all, he's just behaves like a joker. But the Skus beats everything, even at 21.
Yeah.
So he's the best card that is in the game. There's no way you can lose him.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you can't lose him. If you have him in your hand, you have him.
Yeah.
And that's it. So the way that it works then is we're going to be playing the game. And at the end, we're going to find out a few special things that you can get extra points for. And we're not going to go into too many fancy business here in the first hand. What we're going to do is shuffle all the cards, Mara, please.
I can do that.
And we're going to shuffle all the cards. We're going to play a game where we show each other the cards and just tell you exactly what we're doing. And then we'll play one where we only show you the cards and try and keep it a bit more secret. Okay. So I just want to see.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, everything is in order.
No one is there.
No one at all. It's just us two, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
No, we love.
We just do this. We just do this now and then. I mean, the reason why we're doing this is, on one hand, it's of course lovely to interact with a live audience that is so engaged as you people. But we looked for Strohmandeln rules. Like tarot games are really clever card games. They are on the same level as bridge or something like that. These are not little card games you play in a pub while you're half drunk. These are actually high concentration. You can do that, but it's not good for your gameplay. Yeah. But these are like really the top class of old card games. And there are very few rule books. There's like one English language book. There's pagat.com, a website that has very good card game rules. And there are one or two people in Austria who write German language books. But that's it. That's it out there. And there is not a single YouTube video that would actually explain this game.
Yeah.
And we wanted to live on. So here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to split?
Yes. So first of all, when it's time for the dealing, I get to either tap to say I'm happy with it, or I can split. I'm going to split today. I don't trust him.
Of course not.
And then there's a special way of dealing. So to deal, to make sure that that there's no kind of cheating going on.
We deal always 3 times 3 cards first, so
for
everyone.
Three.
Then 3 times 2 cards. It could be 2 times more 3 cards, but it's more fun this way. And then we actually, so here's the thing, you can play it in 2 ways. You can now look at the cards and say these cards are good enough to take the game or not take the game, like make a decision about is it even worth it to go for it or not, and just not continue playing. But we are people who always want to know who can squeeze something out of nothing.
Yeah.
So we anyway play the game, even if it's fewer points, when no one is like saying I'm gonna win it, when no one is announcing their win. But if you don't do that, you might as well just look now. Otherwise, you put down the Strohmandeln, the thing, the mechanic, the game mechanic that gave the game its name.
And what does that mean, Mar, in German?
It means like a strawman argument. You know what a strawman argument is, right? Mm-hmm. You make something up to distract from the real thing, and it's that kind of strawman. You can call it a dummy too. So these are dummies. They are an extension of our hand, but they're not really in our hand. I have no idea why you would call them Strohmandeln. I think the reason might come from actual straw man, like Wicker Man style. Like not the ones that you set on fire, but the ones where you just accumulate the straw, the hay on the field.
Like a scarecrow, you mean?
For it, no, you originally we call them Strohmandeln, but they're just these hay piles that you have on the field for drying the straw.
Okay.
And since they're sometimes they're shaped like a Christmas tree in Austria traditionally, then they're called Strohmandeln because they look like looming giants on the.
Creepy.
Yes, very. And you can hide needles in there or other things. And here we have treasures hidden in there.
We could have treasures.
In the haystack. So they're kind of haystacks.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll organize our hand. So I'm going to show you exactly what I have in my hand and what I think about it as we go through. So first off, we've got some trumps. So we've got like a 14 and a 3. Then we've got the Knight of Hearts. We've got the 20, 10. I'm just sorting them all together. Got the Page of Diamonds. We've got 15 here as well. Got the Page of Hearts. We've got the Page of Clubs. We've got the Knight and the Queen of Clubs. Great shuffling action, I think, happening. We've got the 19. I think I've got some good stuff here, Mar.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen anything that's really exciting yet. We've got 7. And 21. Yeah. This is one of the special trolls. So
add up the points.
So we add up the points. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 16, and then all these trumps, but there's nothing in them until this guy, which is the 5 points. So I have 21 points. And the way we usually determine whether we're going to try take the game or not, so you have to say if you're going to take the game, is if you have more than 20 points. So I have 21 points. It's a little bit close. It's not exactly a home run, but I will say that I'm going to take the game. Now, if I win the game, I will get a special 2 points on our scorecard. If I don't win, Mar gets 3 points.
And as it happens, I will win this game.
Let's see.
Because I have an insanely good hand.
Excellent.
So there's nothing, like what we know from that is, of course, there's nothing left on here. We usually wouldn't know that because we don't know the hand of the other person.
We don't talk to each other, yeah. We look at each other sideways.
What I have is, like, I would have taken the game if I was, like, since I was dealing. Shah gets to choose. Mm-hmm. And if she doesn't take it, I can take it. If she takes it and I beat her, I get 3 points. So it's actually better for me. But if you hadn't taken it, I would have taken it in this case. Yeah. If no one takes it, it's a 1 point match.
Yeah. And simple win.
Simple win, as it is called. It's not simple per se. So yeah, real pros, of course, never sort their cards because you can actually see how many trumps people have and so on. If you do that, but I also I'm not good enough to win without sorting the cards. Like I would just constantly mix up my cards. I'm just sorting them and then I'm showing them too. So then I will maybe not win. So what I have is 28 points.
Wow!
Because I have where can I show it? I have this king, I have this king, I have this king, I have 3 kings. I have no hearts, which is excellent because it allows me to get the Pagat out. I mean, it would if you wouldn't know. And I have that lad, and I have enough trumps. So on average, there are, of course, 23 trumps, as we said in there, right? 22, sorry, yeah. 21 numbered plus the skews. So you need to have at least 11 to not be behind in trumps. Mm-hmm. Now you get like roughly 2/3 of the cards in the hand and 1/3 is in these dummies. So if you have 7 or 8 trumps, you're good. Mm-hmm. And I have 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm above average or in the average. So this is looking great. I'm gonna win this game. It's gonna be a little bit difficult now that we know each other's cards.
Doesn't win the game. Let's see.
So then we start turning up the trumps.
However, you have seen now, if I saw this without knowing what was in Mar's hand, I'd be so excited.
Yeah.
However, now that we know that he doesn't have any hearts, if I play this king, he's just going to take it with his Pagat, the magician. And then he's going to get 10 points from that, which is crazy good.
And you would play it.
And I would play it, so I will play it. Yeah. So I'm going to put him off to the side because if you get a trump or a king, you're allowed to put it off to the side. Mar doesn't get to do anything with his yet. He has to play from there.
But it's not a bad card, so it's fine.
I also get the 8 of trumps, so I'm going to take that as well into my hand. And a boring 3 of hearts. So now we take these guys into the hand. Okay. Next up, nothing exciting.
Nothing exciting.
And, oh boy, really nothing exciting. It's like desperately bad. And then I'm going first, right, Mar? Because you dealt and I called. So here goes, the horrible opening move that's going to set the tone for the whole game. The King of Hearts comes out.
That I immediately take with the Pagat because not a single heart here. I take it.
Rare to get 10 points in one turn.
If I had a heart for you, if I had a heart, I would have to play it. So then I cannot take the trick because Fabzwang goes before anything else. It's actually only Fabzwang. I don't know how you call it in English.
Suit. You have to play to the suit.
Yeah, you have to play to the suit. It's called Farbzwang. There's also Stichzwang is another concept in a lot of card games that you have to take the trick if you can. that is actually, is that the case? Yeah, that is the case. It's just a level, it comes after the Farbzwang, right?
Pretty
Like
well,
if you don't have the color, can you not play a trump?
yeah, no, you have to
No,
play
you
a
have to
trump
take
unless
the
you have
trump.
no trumps.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that was me.
That's how you can milk a lot of
being
the trumps
cool.
out of people.
Yeah. So now, of course, this was a horrible start move by Shar.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. So
And
bad.
I could now, like, if I bring all 4 kings home, I get an extra point.
Yes.
I have 3 kings in my hand. So it might be, in this case, since I know I'm anyway going to win because my hand is so good, it might be worth it to just get cheap cards with my kings. Usually, if it's a game where I'm more concerned with my points, I would wait a little bit with kings and try to, because the king beats a queen, beats an over, beats an unter, so you don't really want to waste them exactly. But in this case, for example, if I play this king, she will give me just this one, and she gets to look into the pile.
Yeah.
So that's really not a very good thing to play. So it's maybe better if I wait a little bit and play this one, so I get to look at the pile, and you can do.
And I have this guy here.
Yeah. So you don't have the queen. That's what I learned from this, for example.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't have the queen, but I'm taking it with my page, so I at least get something out
Or
of
maybe
it.
you have the queen. Who knows?
And then I get to go because I won that. And as you know, I don't have any kings. Mar has all the kings, so it's a little dangerous to play anything. Hearts, we know he has no hearts. Oh, he has a heart now. So I'll be able to play this guy, my knight, and get a little heart. Oh. And
last card, that is actually something that we always play wrong. The last card is actually taken up without showing it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no point trying to do that now when we're trying to show a game we play.
So usually we haven't played it like that. This is a mistake. I read about that yesterday when I was preparing for the stream, that we actually played that wrong, and it's actually adding a little bit of spice if you don't know at least something.
Give me that 4.
Yeah, you get it.
Okay, so now I'm a little stumped because I have all these lovely clubs. But what am I really going to do with those? I don't know. Mar has the king. Well, I mean, we assume he has the king. We know he is the king, but... So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to I can either start working into my Strohmandeln here to see if there's anything in there, or I can start trying to milk Mar of some trumps.
You also know that you can milk me with that 3.
I do know I can milk him with 3. And thankfully he reminded me. So now we'll milk him with the 3. Okay. He's starting small. Oh no, another diamond. Can you play the cards here, Mar, so it's more...
Oh, sorry. I thought we said here.
Here.
Okay, here. Okay, I played the 2 of diamonds.
Okay.
Still trying to get some cheap diamonds. Ooh, okay. Now I know that I have to be... I have to make some... Like, I'm not going to make a lot of diamond tricks.
Uh-huh. So, I'm going to play the 10 of trumps.
Okay, I'm going to take that one.
Milk a little bit.
And now I'm going to play the king because...
Yes, and you can take this one.
Because I know I have the over here and
5.
the queen down there, so can't get a lot of with the king anyway, so I might as well play him. And I'm going to have a look if you have another trump, another diamond.
I don't.
You don't?
So I get to take this queen. And now I have again the sticky situation. I have all these clubs in my hand, and I have all these trumps. I'm gonna keep on milking Mar's trumps.
Yeah, you should absolutely milk trumps. Is that 11?
Even though there could be something juicy in here, but we'll see.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just gonna feed you this cheap card because there's still a lot of.
He's feeding me the club, and I'm able to take it with my queen, which gives me a few points. And then I'm going to get right back to my milking game.
8.
Yeah.
9. Now I'm panicking.
Now he's panicking, and I'll give him my page, keeping the knight in hold.
Okay.
Because now I know that this is the highest club card out there, so I'll be able to take it home, hopefully, unless something weird happens.
Yeah.
Is something weird going to happen?
There's no left, right?
Okay,
no diamond
you're
left,
putting out
right?
that diamond.
Is there?
I'm going to take that with my 21, which might seem a little bit crazy, but I know that I don't have the scoose, which is the really special one, the joker who can take everything. And if I leave it too late, I might end up in a situation where Martin takes it from me. It has happened before. So I want to be safe and take it now. So that's nice. That's 8 points in this hand here. And then I know that I have the highest club, so I'm going to put that out and take it home. And then we're going to get back into the trump space again. 14 comes out. Then takes it 16.
So now we have the thing that I know you have the queen. So I don't want to play this one. No matter what I play, I'm just gonna get a shitty little dude. But it's also my 4th king, so it's kind of fine. I get an extra point.
I get 2 of trumps and another club.
Yeah. So now I'm just gonna bait you into. No, you're giving it to me. Okay.
I have the queen of hearts.
That's my extra points. So do you want to take this with the queen?
I don't have the queen.
You don't have the queen. The queen is below this. Oh no.
Or here.
Yeah.
Or here.
Okay. Well, that was a mistake.
Do you have any more clubs?
I do actually.
A better one.
Yeah.
And there's a 17.
Yeah.
Now.
I still play this.
Okay, I want to tell the peeps an interesting fact about 17. So, as we were mentioning, there's some different things you can get special points for at the end of the game, like having 4 kings, like having the 3 of the trull, which is the scoose, the 21, and the pagash. You can also get points, for example, if you play the 2 as your second last card. That's called the uhu. If you play the 3 as the third last card, that's the kakadu. If you play the pagash as the last card, that's a pagad ultimo. And then there's a really special and fun one, which is called Rostoption. And the Rostoption is named after, is he a colonel or a general?
I don't know.
A military man from Austria. And the way it works is that you have to be able to play down the 17 and you say Ross when you put the 17 down. And you have to be able to take that trick, and then you put down the 18 and say Toption. If you put it down and you don't get away with it, the other person gets the point. So it's a very exciting point to get, and it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, we had it very, very rarely.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, I play this queen.
That makes sense. Just gonna get her into safety.
And then I start again with my attack.
Yeah, you can have this one.
I can have it. How about now?
Yeah, I'll take that one. Now I squeeze another
I
trump
take
from
the
you. This is
And then
doesn't. Well, this is actually bullshit. No, you don't have the pagat. All is good.
no, I don't.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been well played. So I'm not sure if I actually won, but you said you win, so you have to prove something. But
we'll
actually,
see.
there are a lot of points here.
Oh,
So now
we have someone in the chat.
yes.
So I guess this was played by a lot of people waiting to get shot in a trench the next morning.
I think that was actually the
That
setups,
might
and
be,
I'm actually pretty sure the Rostopchin was something like the Russian ambassador while Austria was at war with the Russians or something like that. So might be that he was shot in a trench. Yeah.
So as we mentioned at the start, the way you count the tricks together is 3 cards go together. You add up all the points and you take away 2. So we'll.
So in this
start
case, it's
counting.
11 minus 2 is 9. Can I do it loud
Yeah,
for the
sure.
people?
Do it loud for the people.
9. Then this is just 1 point, so 10 plus. It's always easy if you have 2 1-pointers in the 5. So we're at 10. Now it's 15 because he's a 5er. 15, 16. Then this is 6 points. 22. Another 5 is 27. Another 2 is 29, and then gladly we still have him, but it's not enough. 29, 34, and 2/3, which is an what do you call it when both have the same amount of points?
A draw.
A draw. I think it's gonna be a draw, but you count 2. We always both count. I mean, you would like it's 70 points in total. So 35 points is necessary for a win, but officially you need 35 and 2 cards
Yeah.
to win, and 35 and 1 card, which is what you should have.
35 and 1.
Yeah, it's not enough. It's actually a draw, so everyone gets 1 point.
Absolute stinger.
We had that like once before. This is really
Absolute
weird.
stinger, especially after all your grousing about how you were going to win. I was excited that I might have been able to take it home there. 1 measly little card more. Okay, so if we were putting that down into our scorebook, I'll show you our little scorebook here. We have our card scorebook. You can see many many times we've played and won, and we're always counting up more and more scores all the time. So if we were counting this one up, it would be 1 point each.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Mar, you didn't even get 4 kings, did you?
I did.
You did get 4 kings?
Yes.
You got all the 4 kings?
Yes, I got the 4 kings.
Okay, so then Mar would get an extra point for the kings.
Yeah.
No one gets the point for the troll because I had 1 and he had 2. No one got any options or any fancy business.
Pirate Ultimo. No. It's
so
a little bit
2
of
points
a,
to Mar, 1 point to me.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a boring run.
Little bit of a boring run.
Yeah.
So we'll play one more, huh?
Yes. And when I say run, I'm meaning it in the sense of Slay the Spire. Okay, so we play one more. We will, of course, if we talk about it, we will also reveal a lot of information about it.
Yes, but still, this time we'll try not to tell each other what's in the hand and only show you guys what's in the hand.
Yes.
Oh, it's my turn to deal also.
Oh yeah, that is true. There is also something else, I can't read it.
This is how you mix cards?
I wasn't mixing cards, I was just putting them together. You never do that. Like now you're suddenly showing your mixing.
My mixing prowess.
Your mixing prowess.
Yeah. Bullied by the chat.
Yeah.
Into the mixing prowess.
Yeah. Gladly, I mixed it before. You can watch it in the replay. I recommend
split.
double speed. Looks much cooler than.
Okay, and then as we remember, the way to deal is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Very important.
Yeah, I encourage everyone to make their own chaotic pattern but not too complicated.
Not too complicated or chaotic.
So there have to be 4 on every pile of the little Strohmandeln.
Hopefully there you are, or it will be embarrassing.
Looks good.
Looks good.
So I have this, like I'm like the least superstitious person, but I always want to play it so that I only look at the first card. I'm showing it. Don't look there.
Okay.
I only look at the first card, and that makes me decide if I take the game or not. And I want to be cool enough to just know that.
Okay.
The vibe of this deck is like I'm not taking it.
Can you look away for a second while I show my card? The vibe of the deck. The vibe of the deck. I think we know what's going on.
I'm still going.
So now we've got another comment from the chat saying, "I've watched enough grannies play cards to know that your mixing style tells you everything about the player."
Oh yeah, absolutely. And my granny was actually, she mixed. Whew.
Yeah, my
granny was really loud. Like she was so forceful and so quick. But she played card games like twice a week with different in different groups. So showing things, I don't like that. 9, 12.
Okay. All right. Hello, Denman. Nice to see you here. We're doing well. We have played one game and Martin is up by 1 point. Right, Mar?
Yes.
Yes.
But I'm not taking this one.
And he's not taking this game. Let me count how many points I have along with the
along with the audience. Okay, so I'm looking the other way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so according to the rules of counting, we wouldn't really take this game because it's 19 points, not 20. But I'm feeling lucky, so I'm going to take it because I like the shape of my hand and I want to go big or go home.
And I actually also have 19 points and
Oh.
I hate the shape of my hand. So, so I'm not taking it.
Okay, so we'll give it a go.
It must be there must be a lot of points. Like if you both
must
only
be a
have
lot of
19
points in
points,
here.
then we know there's a lot of points down here.
On the table,
They're
not
not
in this box.
really here.
Oh my
this
God.
is better. This is much better. I mean, it's only a 4 and a 3
Oh boy.
and a
Oh
2.
my God.
Did you shuffle at all?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even
Did you
have
shuffle them in
2,
order?
3, and 4 weren't together in the last game. So I don't know. I don't like this. It's suddenly looking a lot less likely that I'll win.
Yeah,
But let's see.
no,
We know he
I
has
mean,
the
those
king.
are the lowest trumps that are not good.
Okay.
But you're
Pretty bad.
okay.
Pretty bad.
So you were dealing, so
Yes.
I'm playing,
Yes.
and I will play this.
Okay.
Why do I play this? Well, you'll see in a second.
So he's coming out with the diamonds. We have some diamonds in the hand, but it's going to be better to play this one here, because that way I'll be able to see if there's anything good in my little Strohmandeln here. And there is 16 of trumps, and I can take that into my hand. Is someone saying, Mar, I saw both of you shuffle, so now I know who my money's on. Well, I'm going to disappoint you. For sure.
How do you know it's you that money's on?
Because my shuffle was good. Okay.
I'm gonna the reason why I played the king before, which is, as I said, it's like usually you want to get a queen or an over with the king, so you don't want to waste him, especially if you uncover someone else's pile that way. But if you have the queen and the over in your hand, you might as well just park that one, because you at least make sure that the other person doesn't get an extra point.
And he can take the 3 of diamonds for that.
See? And now I could, of course, just keep doing this, but okay. I'm getting to a point where I'm just playing this one, hoping that I can at least lure a trump, but there is still one. No.
He can lure a trump.
And you really hope for something good with your dummies every time.
Okay, so looking at our hand here, my hand, we know Martin has the king because he took it up at the start. There's not much going on here or here, and there's not much going on down there either. So what I'm going to try and do is, because I can see he has this heart, I have these and this, I think it would be actually kind of good to start making him spend his hearts, so that I can maybe get some value out of them at some point. So I'm going to bring out this guy, the small one, and see what he does. And he gives that one to us.
Because I find it more valuable to get a 9 and a secret card.
Oh, you're doing the secret card thing now. Oh.
And you're looking at the screen. Great.
Oh, we never had the secret card before.
Yeah, you're doing the secret card.
Okay.
Remember it for the last one.
Okay.
So hope we can remember it until we get there.
So now I'm going to work on the hearts a little more, because I know that Mar has the king. So let's take out the 4 of hearts and see what he can do with that. I'm just
saying it. I'm losing my nerves.
Okay, he takes the king, and I'm turning up the king of clubs. So I get this guy. So again, if you have a king or a trump, you can take it up into your hand.
And the last one is secret.
There. And the last one comes up secret, apparently. This is the secret.
Okay, but I made the last trick, so it's my turn. I'm gonna squeeze you for another trump, knowing that you take the helm, and then you will of course play the king, because you're panicking now because you know I have 2 kings already. 10 is your lowest.
I'm panicking, am I? Panicking.
Yeah, panicking. Running around.
Okay, hopefully he has
screeching.
at least 1 club.
Yes.
He does.
But it's a very risky move, actually. Given how many you have.
I know. It is very risky. Very risky. Okay, so we know that Mar no longer has the king of hearts. And this would have been my moment to start breaking out more hearts. But honestly, it's a disaster now, because he has the baguette. So if I use my nice little hearts, he's going to get to bring them home with the baguette. So that's bad. That's very, very bad. So instead, what I'm going to do is play this little decoy out here to pick up a secret card. And hand the reins over to him so he can maybe throw me something interesting.
I need to look into that pile.
Okay, he's looking into that pile. We're giving him a very boring card because it's the only thing we have to do.
Okay. I'll take this, another low trump, and a secret card.
Actually, the secret card is really good.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, because it keeps that little bit of information
Yeah.
hidden.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now, Mar?
Well, it's a very good question.
Maybe you should confer with your friends.
Maybe I
And I'll
should.
pretend not to
Yeah.
look.
So, you already used 2 trumps, so that's good. So the problem is I have all the low trumps and you have all the high trumps. So that's really, it doesn't really matter. So usually you're not supposed to pull the other people's trump with the with trumps below 10 because you will just lose them and you can just use them for a normal trick. But in this case, in this special case, I have very few high trumps and a lot of low trumps, which of course gives you a lot of tiny little points. But
Yeah. So Denman is asking, what type of deck is this? It seems to be a regular deck of cards, but with a trump suit like a tarot deck. So it's called a tarock deck, Denman. That's a Tarock, and it essentially is exactly a tarot deck with also some playing card elements. So it has hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds, and it has a king, a queen, a knight, and a page for each of those, just kind of like a tarot deck. But then for the black cards, there's only 6, 7, 8, 9. And for the red cards, there's ace, 2, 3, 4. So it's a very small little chunk that's in there. Oh, someone's saying that the camera is very shaky, Mar.
yeah, that's me shaking the
Is that
camera.
you're shaking the camera on the
I'm
table?
going to try to not hammer on the table
Okay,
as much.
Sorry, GameCube Scholar. We'll try not to shake it. We have, if you could see the setup here, it's very what is it? Rickety, I think is the word. Okay, so Mars played.
So just to go add
on.
one thing,
Yep.
this is the card deck that tarot cards were developed from. So in the 15th century, these cards were invented as a mashup of cards that were around at that time for card playing, and in the 18th century, the tarot was invented. The divination practice of tarot was invented based on this deck, and you find it in all of Middle Europe, mostly France, Italy, Austria, German-speaking area, Switzerland.
Okay, so Mar has played the 9 of trumps, so I am going to play the 11 and take that trick. And then I'm still really hesitant to do anything with these hearts. So I'm going to play this page of clubs.
Which finally lets me park
He
my
gets the
pagat.
pagat, and he's in.
It's always
and
nice.
This is not the last card yet.
Yes.
Still just.
Okay, well this is lovely.
That is lovely for you, Mar. Nice 9 points.
I was waiting because I was really afraid. I have so many of these lads that I was very afraid to not bring this king home, which is only my 3rd king. You brought 1 king home, so I think you did.
Maybe
So,
if you don't rest your elbow on the table, Mar, it might.
So
rock.
this has happened, and that's good. She wouldn't have given me the queen if you had any other. You might have picked one up with the last one, which might be the one I'm missing. No, I must have already played the one. You're supposed, of course, to count all the cards, like to remember all the cards that have been played. But
one should.
it's definitely not working when I'm
So,
streaming.
I'm going to start playing tarock's trumps now to see if I can squeeze Mar a little bit, because that way I might be able to get some of my better cards home, like this queen here. It's very unlikely, but let's see. We're just going to squeeze him a little bit more. 14 comes out. And he's taking it with the 15. And I'm going to take this one now, the 16. And I'm even going to keep pushing. I don't like this though, because there's something that I'm remembering that's out there.
I'm not going to get the Rostoption out. It's just not going to happen. But I will keep them as long as possible. Okay. That was the good one. You don't have that. But
To use my 21 to take it even.
so you're down to 1 trump?
Yep.
That's lovely. Because that means I can now do a lot of things. Actually, now that she's down to 1 trump, I still have enough trumps to actually get the Rostopchin out. That's one thing. If you didn't trick me into thinking that you only have one trump, of course. But I also have the 3 and the 2, so I could make an Uhu or a Kakadu, or even both. But I cannot do all of that. That's the problem.
That would be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous.
A lot.
So I'm gonna try this, and if you take it with the Sküs, then I will.
I have nothing else.
Then I will go for the Rostopchin.
I took it.
Yeah,
oh, sorry, then
turn.
it's my turn. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
There's a hard
Okay, Ross. Topchin.
Horrible.
Woohoo! And now, what is it? The Uhu, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Uhu! Uhu! That happens very rarely.
Very rarely.
Really exciting.
You really have to mess up.
And this one is actually,
like I just did.
since it's not a trump, it's a much lower card, the queen I got, but I get it. Because it's the wrong color. It's the wrong suit.
Yeah, because he played first.
Yeah. So
I did not win that.
I mean, I definitely got 2 bonus points. So even if you won, you're not gonna. You only get 2 points for that. So
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see how we
best
do.
case, it's equal. So do you want to count loud this time?
Sure. So I'm gonna count with the way of 3 again. Yeah, I'm really sorry. Pixel Cabinet, I've let you down. My shuffling meant nothing today. So we've got 5, 6, 7. We minus 2, so it's 5. And then I like to just try and find more good cards so that I can make it easy on myself, because then you just have to count the one thing. You don't need to worry about the other 2. So you've got 5, 6, 7. 12.
Pooh. I have a lot of points.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21 points. That is really bad, because that means that Mar has more than 45 points, and that is another extra point that he's going to get.
I was listening to you, so I forgot it.
Yeah,
I'm going to be
I got
working
21.
2.
So what this is going to work out at now, if we were putting it down in our scorebook, is that Mar would have 2 from the last game and I'd have 1. And now from this game, because I called it and said I was going to win, he's going to get 3 points for that. So 3 for that. Then he's going to get another 1 for 45 plus. He's going to get another 1 for the Rostopchin. And he's going to get another 1 for the Uhu. So he's getting 6 points out of 1 game. And that is an incredibly good score for a game of this type.
45, 46. Yeah. And 4. 50 points, yeah?
Yeah.
We have 1 point. It often happens that we have 1 point off somehow. It's this counting method.
It's weird. It takes a long time to get used to this counting method.
Yeah, but exactly. But since I only need 45 points and I have 50 points, I'm like, so you declared. So I get 3 points for you declaring.
Yes, 3 for that.
1 point for the Uhu.
Yeah.
And 1 point for the Rostopchin.
And 1 point for the 45 plus.
And 1 point for the 45 plus.
So 6 points.
6 points. 6 points because 3 points. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
That might actually be the best.
I think
hand
we had like
ever
1
had.
or 2 times that's only one like that. Yeah.
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 So it's a really good one.
Yes.
So that is the game
Yes.
of Strohmandeln. If you would like to play, you can always look up. It's on pagat.com. Is where the rules are based, and it's very easy to get the deck. Tarock.
I don't know if Pagat has the Strohmandeln rules.
Does it not?
Yeah.
It used to.
It used to.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
but you know what? I'm going to put this up on
Yeah.
YouTube tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I'll put a link to wherever there are some rules,
Yes.
so anyone can play as well.
Yes.
And thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for engaging in the chat.
Yes.
GameCube Scholar, Pixel Cabinet, and Denman. It was really nice to have you here with us. And we will now go and make some dinner.
And we will also, I think we should also play, like we had a couple of other card games,
Yes,
old ones
we
that we
wanted to
played.
play
Like
Schnapsen.
Schnapsen and what was the French one called? That
Piquet.
we played? Piquet. Piquet is super fun.
Yeah.
It's just not as, like, we've been playing this game for 6 years now or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And Schnapsen and Piquet are nice games that you can quickly pick up and quickly play. But at some point you're also like stopping again because there's not that much depth. This one, we haven't even
forever.
Yeah, we haven't even started to be halfway good at it after 6 years of regular playing.
Yeah.
So, but Schnapsen and Piquet come next.
Yes. So see you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.